Alright, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from Street Scores, and it's time to get to this Jartavius, Quan, Martin, Raw film session, man. For those of y'all that aren't channel members, if you're seeing this as a general public, you're just getting a quick few highlights that we're looking at and breaking down and things like that. But if you're a channel member, you're watching the version where it's like an hour plus long, and we're looking at every clip, even some of the clips where he's not even necessarily involved, but I'm gonna be talking the entire video. You'll see, because I'm trying to look at one of my main points about him is how versatile he is. You see him as single high safety, you see him in as a second safety in cover 2, you see him play cover 3, you see him as a slot corner, even sometimes an outside corner, a box safety, the star position, or for the Commanders fans, better known as a Buffalo nickel. This man literally plays every position in the DB group. Now, we can talk about which ones he's better at, which certain positions in the DB group he's better at than others, but he plays literally every position in the DB group. You have an injury, Quan Martin can fill in there anywhere, really. But most importantly, this is the type of guy that when you're in offense pre-snap and you're trying to determine what the defense is doing, more specifically the secondary, where everybody is, what everybody's role potentially is, zone coverage, man coverage, or whatever, Quan Martin is one of them special chess pieces where you just have no idea what he's about to do, and that makes things difficult for a quarterback in an offense. That makes you have to hold the ball a little bit longer. You hesitate a little because you're not sure if Quan Martin is going to be covering this guy, if he's going to be in zone coverage, man coverage, if he's the free safety, the strong safety, the star / Buffalo nickel, the box safety, hybrid linebacker, corner guy, the starting slot corner, the outside corner. You have no idea really pre-snap. Of course, I think he's going to play slot corner more than anywhere else, but he's also going to play a lot of safety. If I had to say the three positions he'll probably play the most is slot corner, free safety, and then like a Buffalo nickel star in the box type of guy. But either way, I mean, even just between those three positions, not knowing what he's going to do, along with Cameron Curl, who can play a lot of those positions, you don't know where he's going to be, what he's doing. Derek Forrest, the same thing. It's gonna force quarterbacks to hold on to the ball a little bit longer, and that extra split second, you know how Montez Sweat is always one step away from getting to the quarterback, from turning these pressures into QB hits to sacks to even possibly forcing interceptions. An improved secondary, most notably with Emmanuel Forbes and who we're talking about today, Quan Martin, being involved and forcing the quarterback to hold the ball just a little bit longer is gonna be that huge difference, turning from Montez Sweat being like just a pressure guy, kind of like Preston Smith, always a bunch of pressures, leading the NFL in certain categories like pressures and things like that. But now as those are going to turn into sacks, it's not just a matter of the defensive line making the secondary better by making the secondary have to cover for less time. It's also the secondary covering better so that the defensive line can get and do their thing, because we haven't been getting a lot of coverage sacks. Like the sacks that our defensive lines get, they earn them. Like they got to the quarterback like this. But now with the secondary improved, again, most notably because of Quan Martin's versatility, guys like Montez Sweat, Chase Young, everybody, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, are going to be able to get to the quarterback way more often than they were previously. So I'm really excited, man. And so for Jartavius, Quan Martin, again, if you're not a channel member, you're just seeing the general video, which is probably going to be like 15 maybe 20 minutes. We'll see. I mean, I'm just starting the recording right now, 7 p.m. We'll see when we get done with this video, done editing and everything, what it ends up being. And again, if you're a channel member, you're looking at the long version. If you're a channel member and you're watching the general public version, make sure you go look for that. Go to the channel member section and go find the hour-long version, because you're going to look at literally every play that I look at and talk about. I have done I've watched like Jartavius, Quan Martin film before the draft and things like that. But first of all, my memory's terrible. So since then, I haven't watched any tape on him. And then a lot of this access that I have to his tape, I've never seen some of these games at all, period. So we have some Michigan, we have some Wisconsin, some Minnesota, and some Virginia tape, all from this past 2022 college football season. We'll see how many we look at. Like once we reach the hour mark, if we've only watched 2 or 3 games, we'll stop there. But if we have time, if we're not over an hour, I'll go ahead and turn on that Virginia tape, that 4th one. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, looking at some Quan Martin tape today. Really excited. I'm telling y'all, he's going to be a special player for us. Y'all saw him. I had him mock draft to us. Even though I had him in the 3rd round, I was happy with getting him in the 2nd because we secured the bag. We know who he's going to be. This is a very smart player. One of those ESPN analysts, somebody out there, an expert analyst, like I recently talked about 2 videos ago, well, 2 recorded videos ago, technically like 3-4 videos ago. He has Quan Martin on his all-rookie team, like even above other corners that were drafted higher than Quan Martin, including Emmanuel Forbes. He's that high on Quan Martin. And again, The fact that he could play every position in the DB group is only going to make it better. So I'm here to prove certain points. We're going to take a look at strengths and weaknesses too. We're not only just going to act like he's just this Minka Fitzpatrick level, the greatest slot corner to come out of the draft and forever, like the perfect prospect. We're not going to do that. It's strengths and weaknesses, but at the same time, I'm trying to show you the versatility. So we're going to take a look at him playing some free safety, some strong safety, single high, cover two, some in the box, some slot corner, and maybe even some outside corner if we get lucky. So that's the main objective of this video. Again, we're going to look at strengths and weaknesses. This is not just a Quan Martin highlight tape. This is all 22 footage. So we're looking at everything, even if it's good or bad. But yeah, man, before we dive into all of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm sorry for the long intro. Make sure you stiff arm that like button, the subscription button, and the bell next to that subscription button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't become a channel member, go become one, because you will have access to this entire rookie class film sessions that I'm doing, and even some notable undrafted free agents like a Casimir Allen or Bryson Tremaine, if I can get my hands on those guys on their tape and stuff like that. So make sure you stay tuned. Coming out with 2 videos a day for Street Scores, and also a video a day for Street Scores U if you're a Georgia Bulldog fan or just a fan of high school recruits and college football in general. So make sure you stay tuned for all of those channels. I'm working on 3 videos a day, 2 for Street Scores, 1 for Street Scores U. And without further ado, let's get it.
You tell your family you can be a commander.
Immediately, the first clip of the tape, again, single high free safety, the only safety up there, just completely on his own. Everybody else, it looks like they're pretty much manned up on somebody. Yeah, they tried to run all these kind of complicated crossing routes and things like that. Now, luckily for Quan Martin, he really only has to worry about one half of the field, but there's still some range here. There's still some IQ being displayed, because he knows that when in doubt, just don't get beat deep. If these guys get beat underneath, we'll have to just accept that, but don't get beat deep. And it's just really interesting that we have like 3 corners, linebackers, whoever these are, like in just straight up man coverage. Somebody else is probably in man coverage, but it was like probably like a running back or something. It ended up not mattering, but we only have 1 free safety just solo out there by himself. And it's crazy because Quan Martin will probably be asked to do this the least out of most of his responsibilities. Again, I think he's primarily a slot corner. I think he'll play some free safety and stuff like that, but I think he's more so going to be in the box as like a Buffalo nickel, a star position, slot corner, all of that stuff. If anything, I think free safety may be 3rd. I think the only thing he'll play more free safety than is probably outside corner. So you're seeing him right here. Not only is a free safety, but a single high free safety. That's as difficult as it gets. That's the most demanding a free safety position could be asked to do anything. Like I'm really happy to see that, and he made the right decision. I'm happy about that. Great coverage. I mean, to just, you know, hope that your teammates can handle their responsibilities. I mean, football, you can't do everything. You're not Jesus out there. So his responsibility is just to be the pure single high free safety, not let anybody beat him deep. And I love the fact that from that angle, you see him watching the quarterback's eyes. He's feeling for the receiver. You know, you could tell that he's kind of like, okay, the receiver's over here. I got to feel for what route concepts they're running, probably because he's a really good film session watcher, a really good film buff. But he's mostly watching the quarterback's eyes, as you can see in that clip, and he made the right decision. So that's some great free safety play right there. Really happy about that one. But this guy's like, let me go engage with a DB. Let me go try to make a tackle if I need to. He's not playing. He's trying to make a play. And I appreciate that. Not every guy that plays the free safety position is like that. But of course, he has some Buffalo nickel and everything. And then here we go. Slot corner. This is what he's going to do the most for the Commanders. So this is really important. Great coverage, great coverage, great coverage. Love it. Love it. Love it. Great coverage right there. That's what he's going to be doing for the Commanders more than anything else. I don't think we're going to be able to see him from this angle, but I love the coverage there, man. I really do, really appreciate that. That's my boy Quan Martin right there, man. I'm telling y'all, don't sleep. After you watch this film session, a lot of y'all that felt like him being taken in the 2nd round was a reach. I'm telling you, you're going to learn to love him by the end of this film session. See what's going on with this next play. Where is he lined up? I love the fact that not only is he versatile, and it's not like a game-to-game thing. It's within the game, within a quarter, within the same possession, the same drive. He's playing multiple positions. Now he's single high free safety on a complete island. And, I mean, I don't know if that's just instincts to know that that was his guy, because as soon as the ball was snapped, he immediately went to that guy. So I don't I guess he's responsible for the flat, but that's like a hard ask from the defensive coordinator. You're the single high free safety. Not only a free safety, not only a safety in general, who's supposed to be far back, the single high free safety where literally your primary responsibility above all else is not to get beat deep. So if anything, you need to be the furthest back that you can. And why would you have him in that position if you know you're going to send him up here to do this? I mean, there's no way he could have gotten there in time. But good open field tackle. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that open field tackle because that could have been ugly. I mean, I'm going to pause it at a point where it's like most people will be shaking in their boots, like right here. This could get ugly. This guy could go here. Thank goodness Quan Martin is a great tackler and has great athleticism because, boy, this could have gotten ugly with a juke right there and the guy's taking off and potentially getting a touchdown. So, man, shouts out to Quan Martin for that open field tackle right there. That's huge, man. I'm telling you. That's big time. Let's see it from the other angle, how much space he has. I'm telling you, it's going to look very green out there, like just Quan Martin's on a super island to stop this guy. Like, this could have gotten bad, man, but, you know, luckily the guy did trip up a little bit trying to change directions, but still great open field tackle from Quan Martin. A really weird responsibility from the defensive coordinator on that play. Where's Quan Martin? Where's Quan Martin? I love this angle too, man. This all-22 angle is just like, to a football fan like me, a football geek, this is beautiful. We got Quan Martin, free safety, trying to read the field, who he should help. Great range, great read. If he was there a step sooner, that would have been even better. But I'm not mad at it because he's responsible again for all of this. No two double free safety thing. No like cover two. It's him. His bubble is all of this. You know, you play Madden and you see they got the bubbles. One guy will have like a big bubble here, one guy will have a big bubble here. Maybe it'd be 3 guys, maybe even 4 guys. Quan Martin's bubble goes from this sideline to this sideline, so he has to read all of this. He's looking at the quarterback, which routes look like. I mean, this guy almost got beat deep. He has to be ready for that. Then he notices that this guy's running open. He has to go over there and handle that. And just a step sooner, that could have been an incompletion, maybe even an interception. He has the explosion. He'll work on that. He'll get better. I think he'll gain that step. I think he has the potential to have that step in him to where if he can recognize things a little bit sooner, a little bit quicker, and he has the athleticism, that turns into a negative play for the offense rather than a good one, which is, I just don't understand this play call from a defensive coordinator, just in general. I mean, look how bad that guy got beat. And I was just complimenting how good the DB group was for the Illinois team and everything, and then they just go out there and make me look stupid like that. But shouts out to Quan Martin for getting there when he got there. Could have been a more positive play, but I'll take it. He hasn't been just straight up targeted like we're throwing the ball to the receiver that Quan Martin's covering, man coverage, or even necessarily zone coverage. All right, so we got him. This looks like zone. Oh, great heads up play. That's not even his responsibility, though. That's why he looks so... Okay, I was about to say he's mad because that's not his responsibility. This is zone coverage. This is him. I mean, if anything, this is kind of him, but I guess this was supposed to be... I don't know. That was a weird play. A lot of crossing routes. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Quan Martin's visibly upset because I know one thing. I mean, maybe he's responsible for back here, but he's definitely not responsible for over there. So, Quan Martin, man, for going outside of your play responsibilities... Because if this ball was thrown now, maybe Quan Martin's able to jump it. But after a while, he slows down like, wait a minute. This guy's supposed to be going somewhere else. This is, I mean, to somebody else. It's not my guy. And then he looks and is like, wait, nobody's chasing this guy. So let me try to hurry up and make a play. But after then, it's already over with and he's upset. So I'm assuming it must be one of these guys down here and not one of these guys on this side because he's clearly upset like, what are you doing type of guy, like how N'Kobe Dean got on my boy, I think it was Quay Walker in the Alabama championship game where he got on him. It's that same type of thing, like, man, I gotta do everybody's job here, like, golly, like, who's, man, come on, dog, type of thing. So, hey, man, Quan Martin, I feel for you. You don't have to worry about that with the Commanders. This secondary is extremely talented. You won't have those problems. If anything, you're the new guy, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, let me see if we can see anything from this angle. Not really, cause yeah, it's that slowdown. Like, man, this isn't even my responsibility. I need to make sure nobody's coming to my spot. But this guy's so open. I noticed that nobody else is looking for him. I need to try to go out there and see if I can do anything. And the pass ended up being incomplete. Bad pass by the quarterback. Receiver still should have caught it though. Quan Martin clearly upset, even though it wasn't a negative play for the defense because they didn't end up scoring a touchdown. But come on, dog. Whoever's responsibility that was, don't make Quan Martin look crazy out here. Some people may watch that tape and think that's his fault. It wasn't. All right, now we got him extremely deep. Golly, man, why is he this much further back than everybody else? Golly, man, and it's just a run play, and here comes Quan Martin to help. Not a good tackle, though. No wrap up at all. No nothing. I don't like this tackle here. And I like a lot of his tackling, like that open field tackle earlier, but I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. I mean, it didn't even look like he really attempted to actually wrap this guy up. Just went in with his shoulder, and that's unacceptable. The Commanders are definitely going to coach him out of whatever that was. Yeah, I mean, it looked like maybe it was an attempt to wrap up, but he just got bullied. I don't know. But we got to improve there. Oh, no, this time he's the slot corner. This is just, I mean, single high free safety all the time is crazy. This is insane. All right, good coverage right here. Great coverage right there, man. That guy had no chance of getting open. None. That man, boy, that looked like Madden coverage on the highest difficulty. Like, nowhere to go. Literally running the route with the receiver. I love it. I love it. And excuse me for that noise. I don't know what that was. A burp. I don't think a hiccup. I feel like I'm too grown to have hiccups, but it is what it is, man. All right, we're not even going to be able to see anything from this angle. We might as well just go ahead and move on. Somebody. All right. Single high free safety again, which is just, again, I'm going to repeat it. The fact that they're running this consistently is just like Michigan State can eventually just learn to beat it, because that's clearly what they're doing. Now, his responsibility was definitely the free safety there, but he was watching the quarterback's eyes. I feel like this can be dangerous, because these other guys, as we saw, they were definitely more open than this guy you went after. He went after that guy because the quarterback's eyes told him to go that way, but at the same time, he's literally just mimicking the quarterback's eyes. Where the quarterback's eyes, that's where I'm going to go. And I guess he can get away with that because this isn't a great quarterback, but you go in against Pat Mahomes and these top-tier quarterbacks in the NFL, they're going to look this way and then throw it that way. And then now, your deep single high free safety responsibility, you look crazy out here because this guy's going to catch a perfect dot to the corner of the end zone on a fade route, and you should have been there technically, but you were too busy following the quarterback's eyes. He looks this way, you go that way, then he throws it that way. You would look crazy out here, Quan Martin. But I don't know, I kind of want to give him the benefit of the doubt here and to say that they know this quarterback isn't the type to do that, and so he's just like, probably the coach told him, hey man, the quarterback looks this way, go that way, because he's not about to look this way and throw it that way. That's just not, he doesn't have that in his bag. So I don't know. Now, but I kind of want to say this is a negative play. NFL-wise, this is a negative play. I appreciate the fact that you're watching the quarterback's eyes, but at the end of the day, man, if this receiver gets beat and the quarterback throws a perfect dot, which is a lot to ask of a quarterback, that's not going to happen every time, but still, at the end of the day, I prefer for you not to get beat deep because this coverage here is great, so don't worry about it. I love the fact that you have the innate ability to watch the quarterback's eyes and to make plays that way, but sometimes it can get you hurt. I mean, this guy could have been open. And then this guy, if the ball was already thrown, could have, you know, he looked you this way and thrown it that way. He could have got you. But either way, not too negative, but I'm just trying to nitpick because I'm trying to get him ready for the NFL. And I hope the Commanders look at this play, show him this play in film sessions and like, all right, this situation, I don't know, the NFL, that may not work because the level of quarterback, the skill level of quarterbacks is a little bit different than what you was playing against at Michigan when you went against Michigan State. So something to kind of correct, but not super duper correct. But boy, that was good coverage by Devon Witherspoon, boy. Seattle got the one. He went to Seattle. He went to Seattle Seahawks, right? Tackle that was that him? No, that wasn't him. Okay, so he's just a slot corner away from the play. But I like the fact that he's pursuing the play. I like the hustle. I like the hustle. I like the hustle just in case. Some people would have just chilled like, they got it. And that's not like a great play, like as if like just only the 1%ers of football do that type of stuff. But it's still a positive trait that we need to realize because this play is completely away. And you could just assume that these guys got it. But here comes Quan Martin outside of your screen soon. Like, let me just make sure. Y'all good? We good? Everything handled? Okay, we good. Let me hustle down here just to make sure. All right, we'll look at this as like the last. I don't even know what this is. I couldn't tell you with formation or coverage that was, but oh, great play. Open field tackle. I mean, I wish he would have went down to the ground. But either way, Great. That's that sideline to sideline speed. That's the explosion. I'm happy we stayed for one more play. Great recognition to go get that guy. And hey, man, I'll take it. That's a positive play, man. I will definitely take that. All right, we're on to the Wisconsin game. We got Quan Martin as the single high free safety. And good job reading the quarterback's eyes right there. I like that play because, again, your primary responsibility is to not get beat deep. So, you know, on the surface, you're like, okay, go get this guy because this guy's getting beat deep. But he's reading the quarterback's eyes the whole way. If the quarterback looks like he's about to throw it deep, then he's ready to go make that play if he needs to. If the quarterback's about to throw it underneath, well, you know, relatively underneath compared to where he is, then he's ready to act on that as well. And again, if he was just one step quicker, man, that would be an incompletion, forced incompletion, maybe even an interception, but still a great play. You see the great instincts. You see the trust in himself. I prefer a better tackle, hit, play on the ball than that, whatever. But either way, most importantly, the instincts and the range to go make that play. I'm a big fan. I love that. I mean, I could be wrong about a lot of things. They know more football than I do, but golly, man, this looks crazy. Good coverage in the slot. Way to disengage right there, just in case that if he needed to make a play. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I wanted him to do in more plays and examples like this. Receiver coming to block you, keep your head up, look for the ball, see where it is. It looks like it's going that way, and just in case, even though the tackle's being made, I'm getting rid of this receiver, and you're gonna have to hold me to stop me from getting in on this play. So I like that disengagement right there. I wish you would do that more consistently. I'm not gonna even sit here and lie and act like he's been doing that this entire film session, but I love the fact that I saw it right there. He has it in him. I just need to see him do it more consistently. Great play by number 8 right there. But yeah, man, great job by Quan Martin to disengage too. I don't know what that was. All right, he's back to the single high, alone on an island, free safety again. Don't get beat deep. Go get that guy. Good coverage. That's what you want him to do. That guy's running free. Nobody else is looking at him. And he's reading the quarterback, but he notices while looking at the quarterback, he's still looking at the quarterback. And he's like, all right, this guy, nobody's covering him. Let me go get him. I mean, I know this guy may be getting beat deep. I hope he doesn't. I hope the quarterback doesn't see it. But at the end of the day, somebody has to get this guy. This guy's wide open. I mean, I need to make a decision quickly. If he hesitates here, that guy runs wide open. Again, this guy is running open this way. And maybe he sees it, but he's like, at the end of the day, this guy, no matter how bad this guy's getting beat deep, he's not going to be more open than this guy that has nobody running after him. So that's me. And then great coverage. I love that. Great play by Quan Martin right there. I'm glad my head was not in the way there. Yeah, man, I love that play. That's one of my favorite plays from him right now, man. To make the quick decision like, oh, man, let me go ahead and get him right now. There's nobody even looking at him. And again, as a guy that watches the quarterback's eyes, that's a great way to read that. To decipher all of that information that quickly, like, okay, no corner, nobody's helping me. I know what coverage we're running, so I know nobody's really watching this. And again, I mean, technically, it would be nice if I could help here because this guy is getting beat deep. But at the end of the day, I got to go protect that. So, and man, defensive line demolishing the other team's offensive line per usual, like we've been seeing. Just straight zero, just nothing. I guess the guy came up at the last second. Nobody. So these guys are all on islands. We're just on man coverage islands, no safety help. I don't know what's going on with the Illinois DB. See, this is why Georgia is so successful. And I don't want to, go on a crazy rant. But Georgia, the reason we dominated Tennessee, the reason we dominated everybody that we played technically other than Ohio State, is because we're able to stop the run with 4 defensive linemen and 2 linebackers. We only need 6 at max, maybe even 5 some plays. Whereas it looks like Illinois is so worried about Wisconsin's run game. You can't be too mad because that's what Wisconsin does. They breed offensive linemen like crazy. You get an offensive lineman from Wisconsin, they're usually going to be a really good player. And so their run game, subsequently, their running backs, they produce really good running backs. I can see why Illinois is more worried about the run than the pass. But at the same time, if your run defense is good enough, you shouldn't have 4 receivers out here just on complete islands with no safety help. You shouldn't be in this situation. So Georgia doesn't end up in these situations. At the very least, they'll have a 5th guy back here. They'll take away one of these guys in the box and have at least one safety out here to help. Because this is an ugly predicament to be in, man. This could have gotten very ugly. I don't even know what button I just pressed. But yeah, man, just going back to Quan Martin on the play. Technically, I guess the slot corner. And I like the coverage, man. He tried to run that fade route, and he cut it off. He cut it off really well. Oh, yeah, good job. You're allowed to stop him. You're allowed to cut him off like that and disrupted the route time and took him to the sideline. Hey, you can't complain, man. You just got dominated. I love that play. I'm sitting here ranting about Georgia and all kinds of stuff. I'm not even noticing how great of an individual play this is from Quan Martin. Way to engage with him. This is clearly man coverage. They tried to run some little crossing route, little pick route to kind of disrupt the coverage a little bit, but he's right there taking that guy to the sideline. And the only reason he's allowed to take this guy to the sideline the way that he did is because he's looking back for the ball. So that's one thing that a lot of even corners at the NFL level currently don't have, the ability to turn around and look for the ball. Because he has that, he knows the ball is in the air because the receiver's looking up and trying to get it. He knows he's the one being targeted, so he gets his head turned around, and at that point y'all both have equal chance to the football. If he's looking at the receiver instead of making a play on the ball, this could be considered pass interference. But because he's going to try to make a play on the ball just like the receiver, y'all both are equal opportunities here. He's backing up while he's doing it, like boxing him out like a center in the NBA. Like, let me box him out while I'm playing for the ball. I know what I'm doing. I'm getting away with it. I'm trying to be slick. I'm playing for the ball, boxing him out. The receiver's all the way on the sideline. No hope of making this timing. This is a timing throw. This is not like he's open, let me throw it. I know where I'm going with this pre-snap, and we're going to try to attack this. No safety help. Again, lies the problem that I was discussing earlier with the whole Georgia comparison and things like that. No safety help. We're going to take this deep shot. And so if Quan Martin wasn't Quan Martin, if he was just this regular type of DB, this could have gotten ugly. So the engagement early on around here to cut off the route, already throw the timing off right there. Then he gets his head turned around, so he's legally allowed to keep pushing this wide receiver to the sideline. No hope of getting to the ball. Some people with the naked eye may think that this was just a bad ball by the quarterback. It's not. I mean, maybe a little bit deeper to the corner, maybe it's a better ball. But this, and first of all, pressure in his face as well, so he wasn't even able to put his foot into the ground and throw it. He had to kind of throw it off his back foot a little bit, but even then, still a good throw. To the untrained eye, this is a terrible throw, but not really. Quan Martin just made an amazing play. This may honestly be my favorite play this entire film session. I'm glad I kept going because we're already an hour and 5 minutes into recording. I don't know how long the video is going to end up being, but great play right there, man. That's the type of play. That's why he got drafted in the second round. That's why we can trust him to play day one. He's not one of those rookies that we're gonna develop him. We'll see when he starts to get more snaps, maybe work his way into the starting lineup eventually. Nah, this man is ready to play right now because of those examples right there. On an island, no safety help. That was wonderful. I gotta write that down as best play. I gotta jot that down, man. But yeah, man, that's the end of this video. Please get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about everything discussed in this video. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of the points I made. Did you notice anything I didn't point out, or am I overthinking certain things? Again, I accept all feedback, whether it's negative, positive, anything. If you agree with me, disagree with me, just let me know how you feel about this film session in the comment section. How do you feel about Quan Martin? Most importantly, the reason why we're here, how do you feel about Quan Martin? Are you as excited about him as I am? Do you feel like him getting picked in the second round was not only not a reach, but maybe even a steal? So let me know how you feel about all that. And of course, man, I appreciate all the support, man. Shouts out to all of my sponsors, especially my Pro Bowl sponsors whose name you see scrolling on the screen right now. Again, make sure you stiff arm that like button, stiff arm the mess out of that subscription button and the bell next to it so you get notification every time I release all of these videos. Again, channel members are getting the full hour-plus long version of these film sessions. The general public are getting whatever I end up editing this down to. So go become a channel member so you can get all of the plays, because the general public, you're not even getting all of the positive plays. First of all, you're not getting a lot of the negative ones. The more balanced film session to y'all is pretty much just like a highlight tape. Ooh, look at this good play, look at this good play. Go become a channel member so you can see the good, the bad, the alright, the confusing, the ambiguous, the excellent, the great, even some stuff where he's not targeted but he did something great on that play, all of that. So if you want the full in-depth film session and you're not a channel member, go become one, because you'll get everything. We literally are just going play by play by play by play. Y'all are more so just getting like some sort of a little mini film session, which includes like highlights, I guess. But yeah, man, really appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all later. Again, 2 videos a day, so tomorrow I'm gonna do another video, and hopefully tomorrow I can do a Ricky Stromberg film session as well. I'm gonna catch y'all later. I'm out.